What's up, YouTube people? How y'all doing? Chunky Atheist here. Today I want to talk about something that's kind of sensitive. I want to talk about abortion because it's a topic that is really important to discuss, and there's a lot of misinformation out there. And today I found 3 videos on Tik TOK that I just kind of want to address. So, let's get to the video. Just a stupid little criticism at the beginning there. You spelled illegal wrong. It's not really a big deal. I've done it. Just constructive criticism. Let's get back to the video. No, abortion is not murder. It doesn't even fit the legal definition of murder. The legal definition of murder is the unlawful taking of a life with malice. Abortion is the termination of a pregnancy. The fact that results in the destruction of a human fetus is a fact of biology. Now, in the future, could there be a technology that allows the fetus to carry on its existence without being dependent on the mother to sustain it? Yeah, sure. Anything like that could be a possibility in the future. But until then, the rights of the fetus do not supersede the right of the mother. So she is allowed to terminate her pregnancy for any reason, anytime she wishes. And I'm sorry if that makes you feel uncomfortable. I really hate when people bring up the Bible or their God in this conversation, not because it's uncomfortable or inconvenient for me, but mainly because in the Bible, it's not even a sin to get an abortion. There's actually a how-to in Matthew 5, I think it's 11 through 32 or 37. Anyway, and it's redundant because America's not a theocracy and we do not create laws based on religious motivations. It's just very tiring for me to hear people say, oh, God wants us to protect all life, when God is literally a homicidal maniac in the Bible. So, and if he can kill his own son, why can't women do the same thing? There's over 400,000 kids waiting to be adopted in foster care. I think that number is actually climbing closer to 500,000 now. But, the longer these kids wait to be adopted, the less likely they will be adopted, because no one wants to adopt a 16-year-old child. And I actually have a friend who was in foster care for her childhood. She ran away from foster care. She was a foster care runaway. And I've heard horror stories from kids that lived in foster care. The abuse, both mentally, physically, but also the sexual abuse, the reliance on drugs to get through what they have to endure. It's just not a good system. I think maybe we should be focusing on those 500,000 kids before we, shove more into that system. But I don't know, just a quick little gripe on my part. Abortion should be 100% illegal because it is too unfair for men. No, abortion definitely should not be illegal, especially because it's unfair to men. As a man, you have no say in what a woman does with her body. Mainly because she has the right to her body, just like you do. But also, you won't have to carry that fetus for 9 months. You won't have to deal with the morning sickness, the bloating, the pain of carrying that child. You won't have to deal with the potential hours, maybe even days of labor. My wife spent 4 days in labor on our second child. And your body's not going to be the one that's changed forever, even after you have the baby. So the first reason for abortion being illegal in your mind is ridiculous, and you just need to do better and get over yourself. How come women have the right to choose when to start a family, but men don't? Women have the right to decide when to start a family because the act of starting a family requires them to get pregnant and then have that child. And if they don't want to go through that process, they don't have to. Men cannot force women to have a baby. And the mindset you're in is going to create a very dangerous situation. I think Tupac said it pretty good when he said, we're breeding a generation of babies that hate the ladies who make the babies. And since a man can't create one, he doesn't have a right to tell a woman when and where to make one. If a woman doesn't want to be a mother, then I should be able to run out on anyone I get pregnant. Most abortions are done out of medical necessity and not for women to use as birth control to dodge motherhood. I know a lot of men that dodge fatherhood and only, get child support. And now we're starting to prosecute women for murder for getting an abortion when men can sire a child and then run away. I mean, I don't know what your point is here, man. Just, like I said, do better. Child support should be abolished or at least reformed. Until then, I'm pro-life. I feel like this point is the whole reason you made the video. You should definitely be lucky that child support is the only thing that a woman can get you for if you run out on her. And yeah, can it be reformed? Can it be made better? Sure, definitely. I doubt anything out of your fucked up mind can make it better. It just sounds like you got for child support, and if that's the case, pay it. Because you helped make that child, you need to help take care of that child.
Reasons why abortion should be illegal. It's scientifically proven that babies can feel pain in the womb.
Like I said earlier in the video, there is no good reason to ban or make abortion illegal. There's no good legal reason, there's no good scientific reason, and there's no good moral reason. Now for your second point, fetuses in the womb can feel pain, but that's ruled out until about 24 to 28 weeks of gestation because the prefrontal cortex is a part of your brain that evaluates pain, and that isn't fully developed and functional until about 24 to 28 weeks in. So, yes, they can feel pain, but not until after the third trimester. Now, abortions aren't typically performed after the third trimester unless it's like a danger for the mother to keep carrying the fetus, or if developmental abnormalities are detected and the mother isn't equipped to give that soon-to-be baby the right care. Those are typically the only reasons that they're performed in the third trimester. It's actually so rare that it is performed that the statistical probability is actually less than 0.01%. So, I mean, fetal pain during abortion is pretty much ruled out.
Yes, that's right. They can feel their limbs being torn apart and their skulls crushed.
Now, you're talking about a procedure which I think has been abandoned by the medical field. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure it has been banned by the medical field. And if it hasn't, would you rather have that, or would you rather have women drinking chemicals or taking a wire coat hanger and doing it themselves, possibly hurting themselves and not even actually aborting the fetus? See, when you outlaw abortion, you don't outlaw abortion. you outlaw safe abortions. Outlawing safe abortions actually creates more harm and suffering than just letting abortions be legal.
Babies, or what you call fetuses, have the scientific elements that classify as living.
What you call a baby, I call a fetus. And what I call a fetus is a fetus. These are the agreed upon terminologies. We don't call a newborn an infant an adolescent, or an adolescent at all. That's just how the terminology works. And second of all, yeah, I'll grant that a fetus is alive, but why should the life of that fetus supersede the right of the mother? The simple answer is it does not.
And did you know that over 99.999% of the time, the pregnancy could have been stopped the day after by seeing a doctor or taking a pill?
What do you think they're doing when they go to a doctor to get an abortion? They're avoiding an unwanted pregnancy. And I'm not going to go the route that birth control is not 100% effective. Nothing is. But it's not as readily available as you think it is. And as a woman, you should know this. And the fact that you don't really speaks to the argument you're trying to make.
And if you're still pro-abortion after hearing this video, you are either really clueless or a person who supports murder.
It's not pro-abortion, it's pro-choice. I support your choice to get an abortion or not to get an abortion. It's simple. Second, I'm not clueless. The only clueless one here seems to be you, and I don't support murder because murder is wrong, and abortion isn't murder. Not even by legal standards, not by your religious standards. It's just not murder. I'm sorry. Alright, before the end of the video, I just wanted to make one more point. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when life begins. It doesn't matter whether the fetus is a human or not. The entire argument is a red herring, a distraction. It's subjective and unwinnable, and it's meant to be that way. Their arguments couldn't matter less. It doesn't matter whether we're talking about a fertilized egg, a fetus, a baby, a 5-year-old, or a Nobel-winning fucking physicist. Nobody has the right to use your body against your will, even to sustain their life or somebody else's. That's it. That's the argument. Now, I'm going to end the video. You guys like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I'm not saying that because the algorithm has a gun to press to the back of my head right now. Yes, I told them. I said it.